Hi everybody, welcome to your weekly forecast for Monday, May 16th through Sunday, May 22nd. There's actually quite a lot of aspects this week, major aspects, but they don't start until Wednesday. Okay, so on Wednesday, May 18th, we have Mars in Pisces conjuncts Neptune in Pisces. On Thursday, May 19th, we have the Sun in Taurus trines Pluto in Capricorn. On Friday, May 20th, we have Mercury in Gemini sextiles Jupiter in Aries. On Saturday, we have the Sun in Gemini conjunct Mercury in Gemini, and the Sun also moves into Gemini on this day. And on Sunday, May 22nd, Mars in Pisces sextiles Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, so welcome back, my subscribers, and if you're new to my channel and you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and like and share it. But I would like to thank all of you, my loyal followers and subscribers, for coming back every week and every month. So for those of you that are new, though, check out my monthly forecasts, and there are links below to my website if you would like to have your chart done. There's also a link to something called Ask Me a Question. It's for people who only want to know one or two things maybe about their chart. Okay, so happy lunar eclipse, by the way, on Monday. Yeah, Sunday into Monday. Okay, the effects are still around though, so whatever happened around this day for you, I actually do cover the moon, full moon, and new moon in your monthly forecast. So you could get a little bit more info there. Okay, so we'll see what happened with you guys. Maybe something pretty significant happened. Okay, so whatever sign comes up. Okay, so for Taurus, on Wednesday, May 18th, Mars in Pisces in your 11th house conjuncts Neptune in Pisces in your 11th house of friends and acquaintances, your group of friends where you would normally go to hang out, socializing online and in live, with your friends or whatever. Any kind of organization that you belong to. It's also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. So, Neptune's been here for a while, and I've mentioned that there's more than likely someone in your group of friends that misleads you and everyone else as to who they really are or whatever. There's something about them that they're not letting everyone know about, They're very deceptive. Okay, so this could be somebody that is like very boastful about their accomplishments or who they know or where they've been and blah blah blah, and they're just so interesting and far more interesting than you or your friends could ever be, right? So if they're that interesting, then what are they doing in your group of friends if your group of friends don't measure up to whatever their standards are or whatever, okay? So this is like one of those times where something like that could come out, okay? This is a very weird combination of planets because Mars is the ego planet, okay? Neptune is the selfless giving planet. What this does, though, a lot of times is it puts you in a position to where your ability to defend yourself is kind of like ineffective. You have to keep your mouth shut or swallow your pride or do something or other, but somebody could say something at this time. And this is also the house of social media, okay, that makes you feel like for a split second maybe a little unwanted among your group of friends or within your group, or even a group that you could possibly belong to, let's say on social media. Or somebody could just say something to you that totally rubs you the wrong way, but you're expected to keep your mouth shut for some reason or other. This could even be like, I don't think it's like a family gathering, but you're in the presence of someone that for some reason you're not allowed to show them up. You're not allowed to put them in their place. because of their, I don't know, relationship to you or other people or something or other. You know, there's just something there that makes it not possible right now anyways for you to put somebody in their place. But it's also a time where you could like really learn something about someone you know, that is in an organization that you belong to, or in your group of friends, or something about your social life, you know, that about someone that is I don't know, I want to say a little bit demeaning, but not necessarily to you, to them. Okay. On Thursday, May 19th, the Sun in Taurus in your first house trines Pluto transiting in your ninth house of Capricorn. So ninth house is long distance travel and communications. It's also higher learning, like school. It's the house of adventure. You know, having the Sun in your first house and the planet Uranus at the same time. You could have been given like a few opportunities to just travel. Unplanned travel, and it could have been long distance. You know, it could be to go visit somebody. It could be for a lot of different reasons. It could be to take a class, to learn something that maybe you wanted to learn once before, but the class wasn't available and now it is. So that could be the reason that you suddenly, you know, dropped whatever it is that you're doing and traveled to this very place. It could also just be like long distance communications and hearing from someone that you haven't heard from for a while. It could also be in regards to a legal matter that you receive some kind of news, neither good nor bad. Okay, on Friday, May 20th, Mercury in Gemini in your second house sextiles Jupiter transiting in your 12th house of Aries. So your second house is your earned income, how you earn your money. It's your values, excuse me, your personal values and your valuables. It's your investments. It's your you're like at the house of hidden talents even. But it's money. It's money coming to you through earning it. And very nice sextile to Jupiter behind the scenes in your 12th house, right? Means that you're possibly getting in on or being let known about maybe another position that's opening up right now, or that your company is handing out raises for whatever reason, and one of those would be you like fall into the category that you would be eligible for one. So somebody's letting you in on good news, possible secret good news, that helps your income in some way or other, okay? Or it is just someone who has come into your life that helps you behind the scenes. So not like really out there as far as everybody knows why they're with you. This could be even like sometimes it's a relative that is helping you behind the scenes in secret. So you don't tell the rest of your relatives because they've always got something to say about anything anyway, so why bother? You know, whatever. On Saturday, May 21st, the Sun in Gemini conjuncts Mercury in Gemini in your second house. Okay, so, you know, Mercury's retrograde, and with it in your second house, maybe you are finally receiving money that was due you even. Maybe that's what's going on here. Is you're finally, you know, that check is in the mail kind of thing. You finally get it. You know, it's finally showing up. A direct deposit or something or other is being deposited into your account finally, you know. Or you could even be receiving like a belated birthday gift or upcoming, you know, something or other, some kind of gift for whatever reason. But I would have to say just because it's you know, it was recently your birthday, that you could be receiving something really nice. But a lot of times, though, it is like a communication in regards to money and when it will be in your hands, okay, or in your bank account. On Sunday, May 22nd, Mars in Pisces in your 11th house sextiles Pluto, transiting in your 9th house of Capricorn. So this is, you know, again, just having more contact with, let's say, people who live at a distance or are foreigners. They're from another country. They have a different background or culture than yours. You know, you could actually, though, be planning possibly a trip, you know, some kind of travel with your group of friends. And if you do belong to an organization of some kind, maybe they are going to travel someplace, and that's what you're even actually doing at this time. Maybe you are leaving on a trip with a group of friends or with an organization that you belong to. Okay, so for Scorpio, on Wednesday, May 18th, Mars in Pisces in your 5th house conjuncts Neptune in Pisces in your 5th house. So this could be like a little bit of an awkward transit here in the 5th house of romance and creativity and fun, all kinds of stuff. It might be good for a little bit of gambling. It could up your psychic ability in some ways or other to know what number to pick or what game to play or something or other. But as far as romance goes, sometimes these two planets together don't blend well, because Mars, your ruling planet, one of your ruling planets, is the ego planet, and it's all about the self, while Neptune is the selfless planet, and it's all about other people, okay, helping other people, whatever, putting yourself on the back burner, your wants and needs, you know, in order to help like someone else, okay? So you could be being asked to do something like that right now, or it's like expected of you, because this transit doesn't give you like a lot of room to like maneuver, you know. Sometimes people just put you in a position where you're expected to go along with this, such as, let's say, a child or whatever. Something pops up with a child, either yours or someone else's, but it affects you in such a way that you're supposed to be like, you give up, you know, important plans that you had for that day that may have even already been paid for, or something or other, because of somebody's kid did this or that, you know. Or, you know, this could be in romance. This could be like having a very awkward conversation with your honey, you know, and not feeling, I don't know, up to their expectations. Or somebody could say something to you that rubs you the wrong way and makes you feel inferior in this area, in the romance department, you know. Or even in the creative world here, maybe if you do something, even for a living, that's creative, somebody could critique your work, you know, and just in passing say something, not like really thinking about how they're saying it or whatever it is that they're saying, but it's like hearing nails across the chalkboard, you know, when they say something about your work that isn't flattering, but they think it is, you know, it's stupid. Anyways, it's the inability to effectively defend yourself against anything. You feel that you have to keep your mouth shut because circumstances are that way. Okay, you can't really get out there and really put somebody in their place or stand up for yourself. On Thursday, May 19th, the Sun in Taurus in your 7th house trines Pluto, transiting in your 3rd house of Capricorn. So the Sun in your 7th house of partnerships and close friends, business partners, romantic partners, open enemies, competition of any kind, even competitors in business and in romance. Taurus is your opposite sign. But this very nice trine to your 3rd house of your everyday life and your siblings, your neighbors. You know, it looks like if you are in business, let's say you have a business partnership with someone that is going like well within like your area. If it might be like the first time that you are opening a business in your area with your business partner, it looks like it was a good opening. or if it is in regards to romance, it's just more or less uh, possibly doing something in your own area, even though like both of these houses though, 7th and 3rd, they're contracts. Their 3rd house is the written word, 7th house is lawyers and contracts. So you could be signing something right now, you know, with a business partner, or it could be romantic, you know, even if it's just to go get that marriage license or something. On Friday, May 20th, Mercury in Gemini in your 8th house sextiles Jupiter in your 6th house of Aries. So Mercury is retrograde in your 8th house of other people's money and resources, meaning that possibly, I'd have to say having, you know, Jupiter in your 6th house of the workplace and your co-workers and the kind of work that you do and everything means that maybe at one time, and this is just coming to light now, that your insurance coverage, you know, through your employer was supposed to be a certain thing, or there were benefits that you weren't getting, and that's being discovered now, you know, so it's being added to your package, your, you know, a work package, whatever you signed up for. You know, there was more benefits there, but for some reason you just weren't getting them, or you didn't know you had them and you should be using them. Or you could just really, really benefit from a coworker right now. Having Jupiter in your 6th house usually brings somebody into the workplace that lightens your load in some way, or that is such a nice person you become lifelong friends with them even outside the workplace. Okay, on Saturday, May 21st, the Sun in Gemini in your 8th house conjuncts Mercury in Gemini in your 8th house. Mercury, again, being retrograde. Something's going on here with, you know, past money that was due you. This is a good time to review all your bank statements, all your credit card purchases, just to make sure they're correct. Make sure all your statements and your balances are accurate in any account that you have. But also check out, you know, anything that is due you in some way, even if it's a refund. With a retrograde period here, it does mean that money that didn't reach you possibly might be coming to you finally now. Okay, on Sunday, May 22nd, Mars in Pisces in your 5th house, sextiles Pluto transiting in your 3rd house of Capricorn. So Mars in the 5th house of fun, okay, means that's exactly what you're doing, you know, at least trying to have a lot of fun. Very nice sextile to your 3rd house where you have Pluto right now. You could be doing something local as far as fun goes, staying within your own area, or only traveling like a short distance, or like an overnight or day trip, or even just weekend trip. But it looks like you're having something, possibly like a house party maybe, or you're attending one. Or there's just some kind of like something going on in your neighborhood. It could be something new actually, but to me it looks like it's I don't know, it could be something even with your children that you are doing. It could maybe have something to do with school. School is letting out, you know, it could be graduation, maybe some kind of graduation coming up. Maybe you are throwing a party, and I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be a surprise. Maybe it's not even for your child, it's for someone else's. Okay, so for Capricorn, on Wednesday, May 18th, Mars in Pisces in your 3rd house conjuncts Neptune in Pisces in your 3rd house, okay? 3rd house is many, many things, but one of them is the house of communication and travel, okay? Because of the these two planets together, okay, not really doing very well together, all right? They're almost opposite kind of planets, where Mars is the me planet. It's the self and celebrating the ego and stuff like that. And Neptune is the selfless, altruistic kind of planet. And this is occurring in your third house of your everyday life and the people you would encounter, you know, throughout the normal course of your day, like your neighbors. Um, you know, if you go to the grocery store or something or wherever, you know, this is also the house of your siblings and cousins, regular postal mail, email, any form of communication. So I'd have to say, at this time, one of your neighbors or somebody among your group of friends, you could even get this like in through an email or a text message or something, some kind of bizarre gossip going around, not necessarily about you, but you know, it's something that I don't know, it could be about your group of friends or something, and you could have like a sibling or a relative or something like that ask you about it. I have something in my eye, sorry. Or even a neighbor recognize that you know, you belong to this organization or this group or something like that, and whatever it was that they did is kind of questionable or you know, not very nice, whatever, and you're like associated with them, so you're like kind of like guilt by association or something like that, okay? Or even just having a passing conversation with like a neighbor or someone while you're standing in line at a checkout counter, you know, in your own area, that someone says something or does something that is like a reflection, kind of like, you know, something that you're supposed to let slide. That's what this is your inability to like effectively defend yourself against anything, actually, because you're expected to let it slide or be the bigger person, or you know, somebody could just make some kind of wisecrack about you, period. You know, it could even be like a sibling or a cousin or any family member, because they're usually the ones that do stuff like this, you know what I mean? Complete strangers sometimes really won't stick their neck out as far as like a relative would. So they could say something where, you know, and this could be like an aunt or an uncle, somebody that you're supposed to like show respect for because, you know, they're older than you or whatever, and you grew up calling them aunt and uncle and whatever, you know. But they could do or say something that belittles you in some way or other, or makes you feel like inadequate, you know, but you're not. It's almost like you get the true feeling of how they've envisioned you all these years, you know. It really hits home, okay, something like that. But as far as any kind of gossip or whatever, I wouldn't pay too much to it, too much attention, okay, to it. On Thursday, May 19th, the Sun in Taurus in your 5th house trines Pluto, transiting in your 1st house of Capricorn. So this is a really nice, fun transit because the Sun is in your 5th house of fun and entertainment, any kind of entertainment, or sports or games or gambling, romance, creativity, whatever, you know. So I would think that that's actually what you're doing on this day, is trying to have some kind of fun. You know, you deserve it. It's really bringing out the best of you, though, with this trine, okay? You're really in your own element. You're yourself on this day. You're having a good time. On Friday, May 20th, Mercury in Gemini in your 6th house, sextiles Jupiter, transiting in your 4th house of Aries. So your 6th house is the kind of work that you do, the workplace, co-workers, your work schedule. It's also your house of health and your house of service, okay? Nice sextile to Jupiter in your 4th house of your home and family life, but where you actually physically live. Maybe you are possibly just working out of your home on this day, or always do. You know, if you didn't up until this point, maybe you've been trying to have your work moved home. Okay, having Jupiter here, it looks like that's a better possibility than at any other time. You know, you're doing something, some kind of work, let's say possibly in your home. Okay, maybe it is a side thing that you've been doing. You may be holding down one or two jobs now, or maybe you're on unemployment and this is even something under the table that maybe you're doing. Or you could just actually be doing something not like an Uber or a Lyft, but you know, taking relatives even or neighbors to and from, you know, like doctor's appointments or something like that, or shopping, the grocery store, even running errands for these very people, and they're paying you in some way. Okay. On Saturday, May 21st, the Sun in Gemini conjuncts Mercury in Gemini in your 6th house. Okay. And you have to remember that Mercury's retrograde right now. So if this is like work related, even whatever kind of work you and your co-workers were doing before Mercury went retrograde, it's probably all being redone right now, because whatever instructions you guys were given in the beginning, they were incorrect, or a client or your company has decided to do the job completely different than what you guys have already done. And so you have to redo stuff. You know, that's what Mercury does sometimes. But it does give you a chance to do a do-over if you actually really wanted to. This is also a time, though, when your work schedule kind of screws up, and even your timing. You know, you may be late for work a few days while Mercury is retrograde. But the big thing is misunderstanding. Not understanding instructions or even directions. Okay, and not just in the workplace, also at like home, you know, driving and stuff like that too. On Sunday, May 22nd, Mars in Pisces in your 3rd house, 6th house, Pluto transiting in your 1st house of Capricorn. So a very nice aspect that does kind of give you a little bit of a comeback to that Mars conjunct Neptune on Wednesday. Okay, this is a perfect time for you to really stand up for yourself and verbally, in a way, put somebody in their place that needed it. You know, whatever might have occurred around that Wednesday with that conjunction of Mars and Neptune. This is the day that you correct it, you know, or let people know that, you know, whatever it was that they said was like, I don't know, not only was it inaccurate, it was like stupid. You know, it didn't even really make a lot of sense. But this is your day to correct it. Okay. Let's see here. For Aries. On Wednesday, May 18th, Mars in Pisces in your 12th house conjuncts Neptune in Pisces in your 12th house. Okay. So this, you know, your 12th house is your house of secrets and confidences and actions behind the scenes, okay, by you or someone else, okay, or even help. It's being in cahoots with someone even, okay. The 12th house is many, many things, but it is the house of charity, okay, and helping people who are confined to an area like or an institution like a nursing home or even a prison of some kind, but people who are also just stuck in their own home. Okay, so you could have been helping someone with, you know, like for a very long time, you know, helping someone who is confined to home or not able to do things for themselves. And, you know, this is, this combination of these two planets doesn't normally blend well, but right now, because it is in your 12th house, it is kind of actually blending well. You are giving up a lot of yourself in order to help someone else. Okay, Mars is the ego planet, and when, you know, a healthy Mars, especially being your ruling planet, you know, you want to do things for yourself and you want credit for things that you've done, things that are yours, whatever. Okay, now Neptune is a very altruistic and selfless and, like I said, charitable, but it's also religious and spiritual planet. So to me it looks like you are helping someone behind the scenes. You're putting uh, your wants or whatever and desires on the back burner in order to help someone else. Okay, and no one really knows about it either. It's not like you're broadcasting it, or you want credit for it, or you want people to notice it. It's out of all of the signs right now, okay, that are also having this transit, you are the one that is like actually using it to uh, do something good, do some good in the world, you know. If that's not the case, though, if you're not in a position to really help anyone right now, you'll still, you know, do something or other in just by possibly even just listening to someone. You don't actually have to do anything. Just listening to someone go on and on and on about their problems, letting them dump on you, you know. Or putting up with someone that's like that, you know, that's in a state where they're almost like that every day, you know, something's going on in their life and you're trying to help them through it, okay? On Thursday, May 19th, the Sun in Taurus in your second house trines Pluto, transiting in your 10th house of Capricorn. So we've got your house of earned income, how you earn your money, and your second house to your 10th house of your career. So obviously you are increasing your income in some way or other due to your reputation, either your current position as far as your career goes within a company, or if you're self-employed, or if you don't work at all, it's still based on your reputation or even your previous career, whatever it was you used to do. But your reputation personally and professionally, okay, is helping you to bring in more money. On Friday, May 20th, Mercury in Gemini in your third house sextiles Jupiter, transiting in your first house, okay, of Aries. And, you know, Mercury's retrograde right now in the third house, and it is the natural ruler of the third house, along with Gemini being the natural ruler of the third house. So these are working well together, even though it is retrograde. It looks like you're getting news, possibly good news, that was delayed. Okay, and this could come through regular postal mail, email. You should check your spam folder in your email, text message, voice message. Check all of your messages, period, no matter what way, or even check an old email account, because somebody from your past could be trying to contact you at an old email address that, like, you never deleted. It probably still exists. Okay. On Saturday, May 21st, the Sun in Gemini conjuncts Mercury in Gemini in your third house. So this is definitely a communication of some kind, a phone call. And remember, if you've got a cell phone that's acting up, or any kind of electronics, but especially anything that helps with communication of any kind, after Mercury turns direct, I think it's after June 3rd, it'll go back to normal. It'll probably work just fine. So don't run out and buy a new cell phone, okay, or new TV or anything like that. Just wait. But you could have even a really good conversation with someone that maybe you've been wanting to have, or maybe it's a continuation of a conversation you were already having with someone. And this could be like, you know, with like your neighbors. It could be a sibling, your cousins, okay, but it could be with anyone. I'd have to say that it's a fairly important conversation. If that's not the case, this is the house of short distance travel, and you could just be like taking a trip. You know, maybe you were supposed to take a road trip. Okay, previous to this, you know, you weren't sure if you were going to go or not. Then Mercury turned retrograde, and you were like, yeah, I'm going to go anyway. So you already know to be extra careful when you're traveling with Mercury retrograde, and be sure to check all your reservations and road routes and whatever, that they're still open, any detours, all that stuff. But it looks to me like you're taking a trip that if it was previously maybe canceled. On Sunday, May 22nd, Mars in Pisces in your 12th house sextiles Pluto in your 10th house of career of Capricorn. Okay, so it looks like you're doing something behind the scenes. Okay, Mars is going to be moving into your sign this month anyway, towards the end of the month. I think it's the 24th. So you're, tweaking something, or you're doing something or other in order to enhance your career or your reputation, your social reputation or status or something or other, okay? That's actually, working. You're possibly even having help. You're having help possibly, okay, from someone that's in a position to actually help you with your career or status.